Well, it seems like yet another interesting animation app has dropped on Twitter. Now, this one is called MoArt by, I'm not even going to try and pronounce this name, but let's zoom in for the credit. This is by Moang. Now, what sets this animation app apart from other animation apps is that it is totally based online. So all you need to do is go to the website and you can use this. Now, what's so nice about this is the fact that it allows it to work with multiple devices. And so far, it's worked at everything I've thrown at it. So far, I've used it on my Android tablet, my iPad, my computer, and even my phone. Now, the application still is in beta, just like Umoupen, so there are little kinks to it, but it works generally pretty well. Let's not waste any more time, let's jump into it and see what this application is about. So I've seen a bunch of people doing a bunch of cool clips on Twitter using the application, so it seems like a lot of people are really praising the camera in this application. So once we go to the developers post, we can see that we can go straight into the application. So we're just gonna go to this link, and you can see at the top that we can now use MoArt. And the first thing you'll see in this application is that it's probably not in your language. Now, it only supports 3 languages right now, but all you need to do to go to English is just click this drop down and select English, and now you're in English. Now, it does seem like the developer is a professional Japanese animator, or at least someone who works in the Japanese animation industry. So it seems like a lot of this animation app is catered to that workflow. Nonetheless, you can still use it for regular animation. All you need to do is jump into a new Genga project, and you can just use this for regular animation. And you'll just select your size. You can just select your aspect ratio down here if you want. And basically your full document size is going to be this area that's highlighted in the blue. If you want to just draw on your canvas with no extra area space to draw off of the canvas, you're going to click same as paper, and it will make a document that just has no extra space. I'm going to do it with some extra space, and I'm going to click create. And now we can just draw. Now, if you want to extend the timeline, you just need to click this little diamond and it will extend to the full width. And also, if you want to highlight the space you're actually going to be working with, you're just going to click this button on the top right, and it will basically just gray out the areas that you're not actually drawing on. And now you can visualize your extra space that you're drawing with on the canvas. Now, I need to say the drawing in here feels pretty good. You can also turn up your stabilization on the left. And you can also move these toolbars if you want, by the way. You can just click on the blue part and move them to wherever you want them to be. You can undo with Control Z, or you can actually turn off draw with finger. And if you're on a touch device, you can just 2-finger tap to undo. Unfortunately, the redoing does not seem to work for me. There's supposed to be a 3-finger tap gesture, but that has not been working for me so far. I can also zoom in with my fingers on a touchscreen device. I'm using a touchscreen laptop right now, and it has worked on both my Samsung tablet and my Android as well. So it kind of feels like a native application when you're using it. And if you want it to feel even more native, what you need to do is you can do this on any device. You're going to save the web page as an app. So on my computer, what I would do is I would go to something like this on my browser, Cast, Save, and Share, and I would click Install Pages App. And then I'm just going to get to name the application and click install, and it will automatically launch. And now I have the full space of the application. I don't see anything on the top with my browser, and I can just get back to drawing. And now it feels much more like a native application. I can also do this on my iPad and my Android. If you want to toggle pressure, you're just going to click on this button next to size, and now you can draw with pressure if you bring the size up. Oh, and it seems like if you click on your brush, you can actually drop in Photoshop and Clip Studio brushes. So why don't we go ahead and do that? I didn't even know you could do that. Ooh, and I just dropped my Clip Studio brush in. I dropped in 2. Let's try them out. And if you want to edit your brush more, you just click on hidden items, and you can change a little bit about the brush. Now, it did properly import my brush's texture, but I needed to change a little bit more to get the feel of the brush. Then we go ahead and animate, and we'll see we have the timeline at the bottom. If we want the timeline to be bigger, we'll just click on this zoom scaler and we'll just slide it up. We can also change the UI size of the application if we want it to be a bit bigger for our device. So I'll bring it up just a little bit. So you can save your project by clicking on save here, and you can basically just use it locally. But it seems like everything also auto saves in the web. I'm not sure if there's size limits on this. So I'm going to close this and I'm going to reopen the application. And as you can see, everything is saved. Now I'm going to go back to drawing. So to animate, we're just going to click frame by frame. We can just drag on the timeline, or we can click left and right and it will auto keyframe. You're going to want to click on the light bulb for the onion skin on your layer, and then it will show your onion skin once you start drawing on your next frame. Now for me, the stabilization has been working well, but at sometimes it seems a little bit buggy. But other than that, drawing feels really good in here. So I'm just going to keep drawing. And if you want to extend the frame, you're just going to click on these little handles on the frames on the timeline, these little squares, and you're just going to drag them. So it's really easy to extend the frame. If you want to change your onion skin, you're just going to right click on this little onion skin icon at the top of the timeline, and it will allow you to change the visibility of your onion skin. So it's super easy to do. On a tablet, you'll just hold the button until it pops up. You have a lasso tool, so we can just easily move everything. There's also a lasso fill. That was an accident. So we're going to use the lasso tool right here, and then we're going to automatically... Oh no, and I guess that's a lasso stamping tool. Once again, we're going to use the lasso tool, and now we're going to go to transform, and we're just going to move our drawing. And now let's just change the timing. Let's play it first and see how it works. I'm going to put it on loop. And I think I want to change the timing quite a bit. So I'm going to make these on 4s. I think the character needs to be a little bit more expressive when they jump up like that. So let me move these two keyframes a little bit. Now we can add another layer if we want. So we just click plus and click add cell layer. And I'll have something fly past this guy. Now, if you want to color, what you can do is you can go to your same layer and you can click add, and you can click add a sub layer. Now the sub layer will keep all the same timing as your original layer and just allow you to create new drawings. So I'm going to add a sub layer. Oh, and actually, yeah, last time I checked, the fill tool does work, but not across different layers. So let me see if I drew this ball. Could I color it on this layer? Yes, I can. Now let me try and color it on the sub layer, and it doesn't work. So we're gonna have to color by hand in our sub layer. Let's just grab a color, and we're not gonna fully color this, and what we're gonna do is we're just gonna paint in the shadows. Let me bring up my color panel, and I'm going to make my shadows light blue. And now I can just go frame by frame with left and right. I can also bring up my timeline if I want. And I think I'm going to put my timeline all the way at the top now. And it seems like it's saving my previous colors that I've been using in the color palette, which is nice. Nice. Now, if we want, we can also add keyframes in this application. So how about rather than keyframing the character, we'll add keyframes for a camera. So you're going to click on this diamond to make a camera. And rather than making a big layer for the camera, you just animate it on this layer, which is very convenient. And you'll see these little red ticks come up, and that's your camera. So we're going to unrotate our canvas. We're going to bring up one of these bars that I can't see right now. Yeah, so we're going to bring up this bar to unrotate our canvas. We're going to just click this button and our canvas will go back to regular. And now let's edit our camera. So we're going to click on the transform tool. No, actually the camera tool. And now we see we have our camera selected, and we're just going to zoom in, and it will auto keyframe, and now our camera can play with our animation. There's also an audio feature. I want to try that. I tried it before. It didn't work for me. Let's see. Okay, so I do hear audio. That's cool. I can't see a waveform, but I do hear the audio, and it can even scrub. That's fire. Yeah, so this animation application is really cool. I feel like the animation feels very fluid. The drawing feels really good when you can import brushes. You can even import audio and do camera work all in your web browser, so you can do this on any device. That's amazing. So now let's try and export our project and see how that works. I'm going to export an MP4, and let's see how long it takes. So it took about 10 seconds, and it automatically downloaded to my downloads folder on my browser, and then it just plays. I think I probably need to set an out point because the video is super long. Oh no, it's because of my sound. But yeah, works pretty well. You can hide palettes right here, and you can even create your own custom toolbar with custom panel, and you can just add your own tools. There's a vertical timesheet for animation as well for the OpenToons users. It's a little small though. I wonder if there's a way to zoom in. And then you can even change all of your keyboard shortcuts in here as well. So yeah, this is a really good animation tool to have. I wonder if it's going to remain free. I'm not sure about that, but hopefully whatever the developer decides is fine with me. I'm glad that we can have a solution like this where we can animate on any device. This is fire. Now, if you want another web solution for animation, there's also something called the Wick editor. And this is more of a simplified animation suite. It's like old Adobe Flash, but in the web. You can also download this as a page. It has very simple drawing. The drawing doesn't feel nearly as nice, but it has a few features they're working on, like an asset library where you can reuse graphics just like you would in Adobe Flash or Umoupen. The drawing is really easy. You have onion skinning. This also works on the phone as well, and you also can turn on pressure. So yeah, really good, but I wouldn't recommend doing anything in this application aside from drawing and erasing, because just about every other tool that I've used seems to be very experimental. The one advantage of this application is it does have vector, so if you draw with the pencil tool, you can actually edit all of your strokes by going to path cursor, and that works really well actually. And then if you want, you can change your onion skin by going to the settings, and you can change it to tint instead, so you get colors of your onion skin, and now you can animate like you would regularly in any other application. So that's another option I just wanted to give you guys for a web solution that works across multiple devices. If I earned it, make sure to hit a like and subscribe. I've been covering a whole bunch of new animation applications like Callipeg Studio and Umoupen. You can check them out on my channel. I find these new animation applications to be doing a great job in their development, and they're very fun to use. I just want everyone to be informed about the new animation software that we're getting, so you can pick and choose based on your own needs. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to hype it, and I appreciate you watching as always. Thank you.